first and foremost, we gonna say all praises be to Yahweh,
Yahweh
Ba'ashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Ba'ashem
Hashem
Kodash.
Kodash.
And then we're gonna say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the sincere, you know what I mean, elect teaching the truth and faith and sincerity. And yeah, man, us probably just gonna go in the spirit, go into some scriptures, and the title is "Righteous Order will be established upon the earth." This is, the topic that we always go into and speak about with Esau and how this world is under bad management. You know, There's just this earth as we see it, man. It's not being used to its full potential. You know, it's the whole the foundations of the earth. Everything is out of course. You know,
Right.
the earth as we know it is mourning. It's not being used in a practical manner in on many levels. Whether you're talking about food, whether you're talking about health, whether you're talking about everything. Like even this Babylon. Babylon as a country spend the most money on healthcare
Mm.
and
Wow.
gym. Like they actually spend the most on healthcare and exercise, but they have the largest amount of population that are on that can healthy. Not great because you got smaller countries like Qatar and that they have a small population and a lot of them are fat. So if you look on the list, we'll say they got like a higher rate. But in terms of sheer amount of people, like numbers wise, Babylon has the most fat people, man.
Mm.
You know, so how does that work? And then if we talk about the school systems, what the children are learning, like remember before, bro, there's videos brothers have seen of children in the '60s just talking about life and what
Yeah.
they see the
Yeah.
world going, and they're like 6 years old, 7 years old, and they're talking like gr- grown grown adults. Whereas in here, like in the UK or even around the world, the younger population is getting dumber and dumber.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw like a news article this week in the UK that this generation, I saw it this week, is actually officially dumber than the last one.
Mm.
So it's like it just shows you, man. It just shows you.
Yeah. Yeah. And Esau's a big part of that. That's it's in his what's the word I'm looking for? It's in his interest, right, to
Mm,
keep people dumb and docile.
mm,
Okay, because then
mm,
when people are awake and are really observing exactly what's going on, guess what? People start actually pointing the finger at this Edomite, being like, "Wait there."
mm,
People start doing what is referred to as critical thinking. But if I can
mm,
grab this, as Isaiah 24, I'm going to start from 4. It says,
mm.
"The earth mourneth and fadeth away; the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The
Yeah.
earth also."
Now think about it. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. You know what? Can we go into that word for mourneth and also go to fadeth away? Let's just see what it says there.
Yep. So this is H56. Says
Hmm.
Habal, right? This is a primitive root to bewail, lament, mourn, to mourn, lament. Uh, yep. To mourn, cause to mourn. So basically, it's to mourn, really.
Okay, what does it
Um,
say fadeth away?
Fadeth away. So it says Nabal, right? It says to wilt, generally to fall away, fail, faint, figuratively to be foolish or morally
Mm,
wicked,
mm,
causatively to despise, disgrace, dishonor. So it goes say to be senseless, be foolish. Yeah, be foolish.
mm. Yeah, I mean, so the earth has the earth physically is mourning and fading away. A lot of toxic chemicals. You know what I mean, and pollutions that exist all throughout the earth. Yeah, I mean, a lot of toxic chemicals and pollutions and stuff that exist all throughout Earth. The food is destroyed, the air is destroyed, but even the people, as you said, is fading away. Like they're all foolish and bugged out. Like we discussed in the last video, the mutilation is at an all time high. Trans surgeries and um, um, uh, tummy tucking and all of these little things is going on. Before it was like it was exclusive to a certain group of people. Now your
Mm-hmm.
common average everyday person is getting a BBL.
Yep.
You know, which is just shows you how backwards the mindset of the people are. Like now, everyone's doing. Obviously, if you got an issue, that's different. But just for cos cosmetic reasons, people
Yep.
just changing shit with their faces. It's crazy. You know.
Oh, what's going on there? Yo,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
should be
back.
back
You're
now.
back. You're back. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on backstage before. Yeah. So it just
Yeah.
shows you, man. It just shows you how, like, on every level, just it's the earth is fading, and it really is because of sin as well, because
Mm-hmm.
it's because of the wickedness is mainstream. You
That's
know.
it. And as a bro, it's a wickedness is mainstream, man. Right?
Mm.
Oh, to the point where, in fact, what's that precept, man? I believe it's in Isaiah 59. Um, what is it? Let me see. Yeah, this is Isaiah 59:15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. All right.
Mm.
And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. Right. And I wanted to grab that because the wickedness is so normal here that when you ain't
Mm.
being wicked, people look at you like you got 10 heads. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, so
Yeah.
you got it, bro.
Yeah. Basically, when you're not being wicked, people look at you like you're wicked.
Hmm.
You know. In fact, you know what? Good pivot to that point. We can get wisdom too.
Hmm.
Read it. But sorry, go on. Carry on with your point, though.
No, I was just gonna make. I was just, being facetious, like, but it's happened. You know, them ones you're just there, like, look, man. I'll be like, oh shit, what happened with you and that chick? Did you
Mm.
get the number and that? You'll be like, nah, nah, nah. She had a man, and they'll look at you like, so,
Exactly.
like, what's wrong with that? Like, well, you've not told me a problem yet.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, bro,
Yeah.
that's a big problem. And
Yeah.
in fact, if I can grab this real quick. Before we
Hmm.
get there, right? This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, right? It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Now, this came to mind because, like, for us, we understand that that is a big deal. You don't be dealing with another man's woman. You don't do that, okay?
Hmm.
But in this world, because justice is delayed, if you will, right? Because you get guys that be creeps, in fact, that be creeping for ages, right? Scriptures talk about an old adulterer that doteth, right, in the Apocrypha.
Hmm.
Now you get certain man, they've been committing adultery. That's their identity. You
Yeah.
know them ones there. You get certain like people that their identity is committing adultery, right? And seemingly they just been getting away with it. But we understand, nah, the Most High has just been keeping a record, right? And there's gonna come
Hmm.
a point, there's gonna come a time where the Lord is going to require it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, but it's like, though the wickedness is, takes place because we're in this wicked flesh here, but it's really because of the bad management
Mm-hmm.
and bad order upon the earth. Because, like, even even on a lower level, even though in these nations like adultery and stuff takes place, but even some of these countries that, you do that, just expect to be brought before the town and certain things are gone. Right, there's a level of fear in these places.
Mm-hmm.
Like even to the point, like even on a lower level, like how some of these Muslim speaking countries, you can't have any alcohol and whatever, whatever. Like these Brits go there and complain, but then also come back admitting, and that's one of the most safest environments
That's it.
because there's order. Like there is benefit to good order. It's like even if you're a person that works out, go gym, if you have a good structure and order, it's gonna help. If you have a camp, when you have good structure and order, and everyone does their job, it's gonna be a flourishing camp. But this earth is not
Every
a flourishing earth.
Yeah.
You know what I
Let me
mean?
grab that for you real quick, bro.
Yeah.
This is First Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
Yeah. And What does Esau do that's decently in order in this world? Nothing, because he can't learn righteousness. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he cannot learn righteousness. He can't behold the majesty of the Most High because it's just not in him to. And because of that, we're just seeing the side effects of a wicked ruler and a wicked order upon the earth, bro. You know what I mean? And it's impacted everybody's health. It impacted everyone's mindset. It's impacting everything.
Mm.
You know? All right.
That's it. That's what, in
Um,
fact, even just because you said that, let me grab this. Uh this is Romans 8:19. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High. Because ultimately, all of creation is groaning, man. Right? All
mhm.
of creation, like, is just like, yo, man, this is suffering. No, and I don't know, when you speak to people from different parts of the world, right? They'll be like, yeah, yeah, I'm here because of, this, that, and the other, but here it ain't, doing it like it used to before. But back home, it has this and that issue. And you just be talking to people from all over the world, and everyone's complaining.
Yep.
Everyone's complaining about where it is that they're from. But here it is. This was not this was not supposed to, it wasn't supposed to be this way, Salaki,
Like, yeah,
right?
yeah, do you believe? Think about it. 90% of the world is complaining about money and resources. Think about it. Not sorry, 99% of the world
Mm,
is complaining about money and resources. When money and resources cover the earth,
mm,
how? You know what I'm saying? It's like how? It's like if you see a person, you know, that like, you know, is single, no kids, lives at home with his parents, and earns £150,000 a year, and he just broke all the time. You'd be like, bro, are you right? Like, what's going on? It's
mm-hmm.
because something's not being managed properly. This is what's happening with Esau. He's been given charge of the earth, but the earth is derelict, essentially. From a
That's it.
mindset for everything. I have a quick one. This is Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's it. It says, woe unto them that are wise in his own eyes and prudent in their own sight. And that's the spirit, my man of Esau. He think he's wise, he's so intelligent, he's so this, which
Yeah,
the Lord gave him knowledge, but it was only for wickedness.
yeah.
You know?
Can I grab this because it reminded me of an article.
Hmm.
We said reminded me of an article that I read before, right? Which is just this is from Yahoo Finance. It says even six-figure earners are living paycheck to paycheck as prices soar, while high
Wow.
income doesn't cut it anymore. So while many people might assume a six-figure salary will buy peace of mind for a growing number of Americans, it's barely buying time until the next paycheck. Right
Wow.
now, there's a mix in there, especially like let's say you're someone you bought your house 3 4 years ago and you had that,
Mm,
however much what kind of salary, right?
mm,
And it's what I say several times, like the more you earn, the more you spend, so
mm,
there is a bit of a bias in here, right? Of just like these would have been people that lived like they earned that much, but then even their salaries is starting to bite them. Okay.
mm,
You know, um,
mm,
when money comes keep when keeping up becomes a financial trap, money for many higher earners has become less about security and more about signaling, right? So that's what I was kind of touching into, and then it goes into something else. But like there is a whole load of people who are just like, yo, I earn a lot, but like it's tight, you know.
yep, 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 yep. Yeah, and the, that all comes from the management. You know what I mean? At Esau,
Mm,
and, and and even just the mindset of people. Like back in the days, everyone had this sense of family and tribe and responsibility. Now it's just every man for himself, man.
Mm-hmm.
which essentially with this NWO gender and system that they're going to establish upon Earth, they want that don't trust thy neighbor spirit. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Just basically every man for himself in the system that's about to come.
That's
You
it.
know, like they was doing in the Nazi Germany with the Gestapo. Like basically everyone got to a state of panic and trust where you couldn't trust your neighbor at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just look at how rich the earth is. Think about South America, even this is a continent. Just think about South America, Brazil, all these lands of riches. But
Yeah,
all
we
the
can
people in
even,
them countries are just fucked up.
yeah, there's even land Puerto Rico, Puerto Riches,
What
man.
riches? Yeah,
You know?
yeah. But it's been taken and mismanaged and squandered and hoarded
Yeah.
by Esau, man.
Let me grab this as well, Baba Kasha.
And
Says
nothing in this world is efficient, fam. Nothing in
mm,
this world is efficient. Like that what's that word, bro? Built on obsolescence.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But speak on it, bro.
Yeah,
About it.
built an obsolescence is this idea that products are manufactured with a expiry date in mind, right? So this is like you might buy for instance, you hear about stories about, yeah, my mom, she bought this fridge in like the 60s and she still got it. But then you'll
Mm,
buy a fridge and then in 3 years it's broken down. And
mm,
that is built into the design of the project of the product.
mm,
Because
mm,
if it's perfect, then capitalism. It's like, well, you're not gonna buy a new one,
mm, mm.
right? Like I
But
remember even
God, bro.
I remember even hearing about how a lot of car manufacturers, both can verify it themselves, but like a number of car manufacturers only really care about the first buyer,
Mm,
right? So it's like the first buyer, okay, cool, they're gonna get it on like a PCP or hire purchase agreement, right? Car note, I think they call it in America. I'm not too sure what the American terminology is, right? So they're
mm,
like, well, we'll make it the best car for 4 years. But
mm,
five, when you buy it,
mm.
problem,
Yeah,
you know?
problems. You know, it makes me think of, man. It's like, um, it's just like how with like, do you remember there's a light bulb that's been on for like 100 years. It's like they just knew, right? The light bulb companies like, well, if I make this light bulb last a lifetime, then it
Yeah,
isn't going to be worth making it because everyone's going to buy it once and never need to buy it
that's it.
again. And even bro, as you know, I'm dealing with a situation with my car
Mm.
window. The actual m- mechanic who was working on the car, he said that that part of your car is designed to work to go up 20,000 times, and when it
Hmm.
reaches the point, it expects it to break down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's called cycles, right?
Mm,
So it's like things are built for X amount of cycles. Like for instance, when you look at your phone battery, it will say
yeah.
rated for 800 cycles, as an example,
Mm,
right? So that's
mm,
800 charges, discharges, right? So you put your phone on charge, it will go up to 100%, it goes down to zero.
mm,
That's a cycle, right? And 800 cycles is 2 years. And then to think
mm,
you've got electric cars that have pretty
mm.
much the same issue. Like the battery is rated for X amount of cycles, right?
Yeah,
Meaning
yeah.
that they know from the jump, all right, after this much, it's not going to work the same. Which is why if your phone gets to a certain age, you notice that, bro. I remember one of my old school friends made a joke way back when, right? We're growing up in that, but it was like, yeah, man, these phones, man, what you call they plugged in so much, it feels like they're a landline. That's true.
Mm,
you know, you
mm,
got to keep
it's
charging
true.
all the time. It's like, yo, it's a bloody landline at this point,
Yeah, it might as well be
right?
a landline. Yep, yep. Yeah.
Right.
Carry
So
on,
let me
bro.
grab this. This is Sirach 10 and 8. Right. It
Yep.
says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Right. And
Mm,
that's it. He's hoarded up all of these riches. right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's also got them by deceit. When you look at the financial system that he set up, it's straight up deceit,
Yep.
right? You can't say it's anything else. It's straight up deceit, right?
Yeah, just how the gold standard just took
Hmm.
countries gold. Like nah, like even with is it like certain other countries like
Venezuela.
Venezuela asking
Yeah,
back
yeah.
like nah,
Yeah, exactly.
like
I think that gold is in the UK, I believe.
yeah, come on,
Yeah. Hey, boy,
you
there's a
know
scripture say on that, man. Never trust an enemy, man. Why are you
that's
giving
it.
your gold to Britain? Look at Britain's history.
Mm, yeah, exactly.
You know,
He, he's done nothing but steal, nothing but
exactly.
lie, and guess what? He steals from himself.
That's
Scripture
it.
even says like Satan be divided, man. Then how can his
Mhm.
kingdom stand?
Oh, it also
Uh,
says, let me grab this as well, but because
mm,
I'm trying to remember it. Have I phrased it right? Yeah, yeah, that's it, bro. It's Sirach 14 and 5. In fact,
mm,
let me grab from 3. Right? It says, riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an
yeah.
envious man do with money?
Mm.
It says, he
And,
that
and, and,
gathereth,
and the ultimate nigga is Esau,
Mhm.
you know? Right?
He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others, that shall spend his goods riotously. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Mm-hmm.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. If he does evil to his own self, you know, then who then then who is he gonna do to good? Remember when Aaron Russo was speaking with Nate, what's that dude?
No, Rothschild, whatever
Uh,
Rothschild it was, forget right now.
yeah, Nathan was it Nathaniel? Whoever Rockefeller. I
Mm.
always get it mixed up. Was it Rothschild?
Yeah,
I always get it
Rockefeller.
mixed up.
Yes, it would have been Rockefeller. I forget, but it's escaping
I
me
was
right
yeah,
now.
yeah. But anyway, in that thing, he just said, why do you even care about these people?
Mm.
Just focus on yourself and focus on your family. Yeah, that's what I'm at to.
Yeah.
But we shall. Can we read Psalms 10 and
Yep.
then and come back to that? Like unless you
Yep.
have more.
Yeah, there's a bit more in there.
Okay, come. Yeah, just read
Uh,
Psalms 10. After you finish reading what you're reading, and then yeah,
okay,
we just
well,
go to
I'll
Psalms
read
10.
it real quick.
Yeah.
Verse 6, it's Sirach 14 and 6 says, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, right? And at the
Mm,
last he will declare his wickedness. The envious man hath a wicked eye, he turneth away his face and despiseth men. A
mm,
covetous man's eyes is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul, right?
mm.
You know, and that's it,
Yeah,
man. He needs everything.
yeah. This the scripture says he has death that can't be satisfied.
That's right.
You know, he's like hell, man. Like everywhere he goes, he, he brings hell, but he has an insatiable appetite.
That's right.
Insatiable, insatiable, man. And that's why he needs to be taken out of authority.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, can we read Psalms 10 in the New Living?
Oh, and then you live in,
That's
yeah.
why, yeah, that's why a righteous order is going to be established because you can't build an eternal kingdom on wickedness. Remember, that's why it says for in wisdom, for righteousness is immortal
Mm.
because it's going to be righteous, and then with this us with a righteous spirit, with righteous rule, that's why there's going to be no more death or any sorrow or any pain for all the former things that passed away. You know, go
Yes,
ahead,
sir.
bro.
So Psalms 10 from the top. Oh, Yahweh, why do you stand so far away? Why do you
Mm.
hide when I'm in trouble? The wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor. Let them be caught in the evil they plan for others.
Yeah,
For
and
they
obviously the wicked is Esau, see the Esau Edom. The poor is us, Israel as a nation, starting off with his elect. But like we've seen with dudes like Matt Walsh and all these characters, they talk about their history in pride.
Mm.
Like like I saw on another Edomite the other day, like basically don't complain about about white history because our history is conquered. It's conquering, and if we didn't conquer, the, you wouldn't have had no PS5 or Air Jordans. You wouldn't have had anything basically. It's like, mate, you just need to realize, bro, like you're just here because the Lord He wants you here.
Yeah,
Like Issa feels like he's got a special level of self importance. Like, bro, you're only here because the Lord let you roll, bro.
that's it. That's it. Because we understand that, what do you call it? That you're the basis of men. And this is one of the things that's so beautiful about this truth, man. Because you know what
Mm,
it is? Jake feel it,
mm,
right? Jake feel it in when they're in the world, where they'll be
mm,
looking at like these different heathens and stuff like that, just being
mm,
like, yo, like we're better than these people, right? Especially
mm,
the Edomite. And that's the thing, it's like cause Jake has been around Esau a lot,
mm.
right? Because Jake has been around Esau a lot. We know these Edomites. We're not like, you see certain of
Bro, we
these
know these
heathens.
devils, man.
Yeah. You know when you call you hear about like these different heathens, and they'll be like, oh, Esau, Mr. Esau, Mr. No, right, they'll say Mr. White Man, this, that, and
Oh,
the
Mr.
other.
Man. Yeah,
But we're there like, bro, like my name washed in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You know?
That's Esau for you, man. You know, okay, bro.
Yeah. Goes on to say, for they brag about their evil desires. They praise the greedy and curse the Lord. Yahweh says the wicked are too proud to seek the Most High. They seem
Yep.
to think that the Most High is dead. Yet,
Yeah,
they,
yeah. Like and that shows you how much Esau's a demon, but that also shows you how much more yeah, Esau's a demon, but it also shows you how they're foolish, bro. A fool has said in his heart that there is no God because they really believe they're not gonna have to pay for basically anything that already has happened. Yeah, I mean, they actually believe that yeah, the Lord is just gonna let them carry on.
yeah,
It's it's like having debts that they feel like it's never gonna go away.
that's it.
You know,
The elder Shalom, everyone on the comment board, Jabba Shabbat.
Shalom, shalom.
The
Yeah,
elder was like, yeah, we went to school with these Baconites, drawing phalluses in the toilets, man.
yeah, yeah. That's it. These damn Baconites, bro. The, the peak of the wisdom of Bacon, right? Chapter 1 verse 1 is just how to just consume as much bacon in a quicker time as possible, bro. They're some of the most low IQ
Hmm.
grade, like whatever you can measure I mean intelligence on, right? They are that.
Yeah.
They are on the bottom barrel of the earth. Because even these other heathen nations, though they're heathen, when you look at certain kind of histories and structures, you're like, you know what, yeah, these men had a level of ingenuity and like a benefit that can be, you know what I
This is
mean?
useful, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. This is how he's getting back. You know, come on, like, how is he? How is he supreme? Like, tell me how he's better than me. Like, how is this nigga better than us? You know?
Yeah. Just goes to show you it's all the Lord, man.
Uh, I,
Yeah,
s-
never
I
got be
saw,
funny, bro.
yeah, but one of these guys barks like a dog. Like,
Mm.
like, like he actually follows the speech patterns of a dog. So he just be like, like a dog. You know, carry on, bro.
That's it. So it goes on to say, Psalms 10 and 4 in the NLT. The wicked are too
Hmm.
proud to seek the Most High. They seem to think that the Most High is dead, yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. says they
Yeah,
sneer
but
at all the
that's
enemies.
that's that's powerful because they don't see the Lord's punishment awaiting them. So they're here. They're just thinking. Basically, he's also a thief. Yeah, you know what it's like. Yeah, you only have these niggas in the street that sell drugs. Yeah, and they're like just making big moves and
Mm.
shotting boxes or whatever, and they feel like they're getting away, not knowing that the private authorities are just building, I
Oh,
mean, a pile
Rico.
of them. Yeah, RICO
Yeah.
charges. Yeah, yeah, African big Mitch, Larry Hoover, but in these times they've got you on a board already. Okay, that's
Exactly.
who he's associated with. This is when he did that, and we have the proof. Because
Mm.
sometimes when they would when they really want to send you down for years, they will just say, "All right, let me
Yeah.
let this build up.
And
Let me
and
let it build up, and then take you down."
that's what the Most High's been doing to Esau. I mean, read it
Mm,
earlier on in Ecclesiastes 8, right? Because the sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, right? But the Most High, he's just been letting Esau rack up a tab, man, right? But we're
mm,
coming into that lot and into his last, you know, days of rulership, if you will, where the Lord is just going to come and hit him straight up with it, man.
mm.
Which is beautiful.
So he's right. So he's right. Right.
Yeah. So it goes on to say, verse 6 says, they think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be
Mm.
free of trouble forever.
Yeah, E feels like they're never going to need to pay, but that's out of order. The scripture says, based, when everything be done, this is me, yeah, like an order. Like you've been given your time to rule. Now it's your time to go down, and you're going to be held accountable. See, E doesn't like accountability.
Mhm.
Esau doesn't like the mirror. Like now, like whenever we show these E, especially these low IQ ones, the mirror of themselves, they get mad.
Mhm.
Why are you mad when we talk about history? You know, these people age at an accelerated rate. Their parents look like their grandparents. It's peak, yeah.
Mhm.
It's funny, man. Like the other day, I had to deal with a situation to like help somebody like I know out, and then the person who was looks so called white was like, I'm 62 years old, and the Jake lady I was with said I'm 60 years old too, and bro, the Edomite looking lady looked like a 90-year-old nan,
Damn.
like an old ass, no teeth, 95-year-old nan. But the Jake woman in her 60s, she looked 15, 20 years younger, man.
Mhm.
So, bro, you're definitely inferior. Obviously, you have Jake scattered. You have our brothers and sisters that look like these other nations. But remember, however we look now is not our final form. Our final form is going to be in the kingdom. And
Yes,
in the
sir.
kingdom, you're going to have an Israelite looking like a heathen. But Esau is as himself is inferior. Remember,
Mhm.
even for the land that they got, though we going like inherit the land under uh, 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 Judah and all that, right? Even though that land is going to be absorbed by exactly, like even though the tribe of Judah is going to like absorb that land, bro. Remember, we as a people was given the best land because we are the best people.
Mhm.
We're just dealing with the curses at the moment. Exactly,
Right.
exactly. I mean, if you want to read what the elders saying on the comment board,
Yeah. Says proves original men had melanin.
exactly.
Adam was hundreds of years old.
Mm, mm, exactly, exactly. You was just cursed, man. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Man, you was an oddball,
That's right.
and it's deep. Have my brother seen the reverse negative footage of Like Edomites putting sunscreen on. It's deep. If you see the footage, yeah, if you can find it on YouTube, bro. Basically, if you see the footage of like them putting sunscreen on before they go out the sun, it actually looks like they're putting on black paint to give them a barrier. It's deep. When you
Mm.
see the video, you actually know what I'm talking about. It's like a reversed like UV footage, basically, something like that, where you can see them putting sunscreen on, and they look like you know what I'm saying. It's deep.
Can not been able to find
Uh,
anything real quick.
don't worry, I'll try and find it, but yeah, keep reading, bro.
Yeah, so this is back in Psalms 10 and verse 7 now. It says, their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tip
And
of their tongues.
speaking it as well, innit?
Yeah, so yes, their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tip of their tongues, right?
Mm,
I mean, this is just describing these people, man. Right? It says they lurk in ambush in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They are always searching for helpless victims. And you look at some of the wars that this devil had, right, with our brothers, Gad and Reuben, right? It was just treacherous, man. This is what they were doing, right? Whilst the men were out to war, they'd sneak into the village and just kill a whole load of, non-combatants, man. A whole load of children, right? A whole load of elderly, and a whole load of women, man. Now, this is the nature of this, man. Okay. This is like lions crouched in hiding. They wait to pounce on the helpless, like hunters. And to this day, this is what Esau's been doing, man. Right? Using his different, his different systems. Right? There's this different infrastructure. He's just been waiting to pounce on the helpless, creating situation where people are helpless, so that he
yeah,
can
bro.
then.
I found it. Yeah, just go on Google. So sorry to cut you off, and
Yeah.
just put sunscreen in UV, and just look at the pictures. Tell me this ain't spiritual, bro. So
Okay.
just go on the images. This is no point in getting the video, but just go on the images and scroll through that. Go on picture two. Like obviously that's in UV though, but that's deep, isn't it? Like
Mm,
in that lighting, it's like they're trying to put an artificial kind of melanin as a barrier.
mm,
But if you look at all the pictures of how it looks in UV light, it's deep.
mm,
It's
mm,
deep, man.
mm.
That's because it's a curse, bruh. You know what
That's it.
I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, bro.
That's it. So where were we? This is back in Psalms 10 and 9 again.
Mhm.
So like lions crouched in hiding. It says they wait to pounce on the helpless. Like hunters, they capture the helpless and drag them away in nets.
Yeah, yeah, and bro, and what's an example of them pouncing, bro? If your small land has any resource that he wants, he would just create a reason to go into your land and just to kick you
Mm.
out and take your land and justify it. You can't manage your gold, so we will manage it for you, bro. You know what that's like. You remember back in the day, man, like as a kid, when your uncle might give you money, and then your mom goes, don't worry, man, I'll hold it for you. I'll
He
hold it for
never
you,
said.
man. And imagine you never saw a penny of that. Man, I remember back as a kid, I think it was like my eighth birthday, so-called holy communion or whatever, church, whatever, and we had a mini party, man, and everyone gave me money. Like I had like £20. So at the end of it, it was like 300-400 pound left, and these times the PS2 just came out. So I was like,
Mm.
what? Getting my PS2, I never saw that PS2, bro. But I definitely saw a ticket to Ghana. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And, and I never
Damn.
came back for a while. You know what I'm saying? But like on a deeper level, man, that's Esau, man. You find resources. You say, hold on, I'm gonna come and manage it for you properly.
Mm, mm,
And he
mm,
just
mm.
takes it, and you don't get nothing, man.
That's a
And that's
he,
why
it's a real he's a
like
real
it.
nigga. Slut, bro.
He's a
Like
nigga, bro.
because that's what niggas do. So yeah, so you
Yeah,
all right, bro. Let me hold that.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
whenever you heard niggas say, "Yeah, let me hold it," you know you ain't getting it back. You
You're
know
never getting it back.
coming to abuse. Scripture says, "Thief cometh not but to steal, right, and
So
to
to kill
kill."
destroy. But then even the mindset of people though, even like what the elder, on the coming board, Elder Kaya Kwan was discussing last week at camp. It's like, bro, like people like was so like everyone's so hyper sexualized, like in regard to the massive things we're exposed to.
Mm.
Like even I was doing some research once and it was basically saying like the amount of information we're exposed to on a daily basis. People 100 years ago probably wouldn't be exposed to as much in their lifetime. Like, think about the constant scrolling, the things you see.
Hmm.
Remember everything has a chemical response in your body. So the type of information you look at, it makes you feel a way, whether it's good or bad. And it's like you just imagine just going from seeing a video on motivation and discipline to then like a video of a bitch, a flexible bitch shaking her ass on top of a staircase. You know what I mean? And then seeing a random video of of going a 9 mile a jog every morning after having a cold shower. And then after seeing some fucking LGBTQ shit, it's like, bro, yeah,
Yeah.
the people's minds are just distorted, man. And that's because of the wicked ruler, man. And that's why a righteous order must be established. All right, go ahead, bro.
Yep. Continuing on, it says, verse 9, sorry, like lions crouched in hiding, they wait to pounce on the helpless. Like hunters, they capture the helpless and drag them away in nets. Their helpless victims are crushed. They fall beneath the strength of the wicked. The wicked
Mhm.
think the Most High isn't watching us. He has
Yeah,
closed his
like
eyes.
yeah, even the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. The Lord mainly cares about the children of Israel, but just all of the earth's injustice, you know, everything that's unjust that's been allowed to take place. You think that the Lord is not going to rebalance the scales again? So that's why when he goes down, no one's going to feel sorry for him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? If you have a football player in the Premier League that's always slide tackling and breaking people's legs, and one day his legs get broke, you think everyone's
Oh,
going to give a shit?
what was that? Tevez and them. Remember
Yeah, yeah,
Tevez?
yeah.
No one liked
Yeah.
Tevez, man.
Man United. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
No one liked Tevez. The point of Bobby, because it's like, oh, in fact, perfect example in pop culture.
Mm,
What was the show, man? Game of Thrones. When Joffrey
mm,
died, everyone celebrated. In fact, people like, yo, that weren't a good enough death. Everyone wanted him to, to get mold or something like that, but it was like, nah, that was just the way that, but the point is, like, when he goes down, right, the nations are going to be happy because what he's done is he's basically pissed every nation off, right? You look through the history of all of these different nations, Esau has done a madness to them, right?
mm.
And then and then we talk about what he did to Jake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because ultimately that's who the Most High cares about. The apple of the Most High's eyes is the children of Israel, right? And everything that he's done to us. But when you read deep it, when he's offending the nations, those are
Yeah,
our sins, man.
yeah,
So what you doing to my heathen, bro?
yeah, yeah. That's mine. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Goes on to say, right? It says, the wicked think the Most High isn't watching us. He has closed his eyes and won't even see what we do, right?
Mm.
That's the thing. Esau thinks. In fact, that's what precept is that, man? That's
Habakkuk 2.
uh, they got Habakkuk too, but you've also got yeah, I think Psalms 50, I think, and
What, in
20.
16? What does it say?
21. Yeah. It's just 21 if I can grab this, right? Psalms 50 and 21, but 16 is good as well. So I'm here, might as well read it. Right. So, but
Mm.
unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, right? Seeing thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee. So I was like, look, why are you pretending like you're about the scriptures, man? All you do is hate instructions, just do the opposite. Right? This is when
Mm,
thou sawest a thief, thou consentest with him, and hast been partakers with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son, which is referring to Jake. Right? It says,
mm.
these things hast thou done,
And,
and thou
and,
kept
and like
silent.
and like he's nothing but a slanderer, man.
Mm,
Like this dude paints him himself as so righteous and so this and that, but bro, you've done nothing but bring evil. Like you've done that, you know what I mean? You've done nothing but bring evil, bro. You know, like you like painting Jake as being the most toxic and villainous people, despite that bringing nothing but toxicity and wickedness upon the earth.
that's it.
Bro, just look at the earth, man. Everyone is bloated. Everyone's on a forklift. Everyone's tired.
Everyone's hurt, bro.
Everyone's hurt. Everyone's got neck pain. Like
Hmm.
you remember, yeah, Esau prides himself on being the most evolved state of man, yeah, and the most wise of men. But this is the most unhealthiest people have been in the
Hmm.
world. Like, like if you see older pictures and videos of a fat person in a like a circus show, the fat person in the circus show wasn't even that bad now. Like
Mm.
that fat person that was in the circus show in the 30s and 40s, if you look at old pictures of it, you're like, bro, I swear I seen this guy in Costa like the other day. You know what I mean? Like
Mm, mm, mm.
this guy is regular compared to how much people are now, and that's E for you. That's easy E for you, man.
That's it.
There, bro.
That's it. Goes to say verse 21 says Psalm 50:21 says, these things hast thou done, and thou kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I reproved thee and set them in order before
Yeah,
thine eyes.
even that. Yeah, he's so evolved. You've evolved to self exterminate. You know, low birth rates, and then now you're here it is. You especially these Baconites, man. A lot of these Baconites are snipped,
Yeah,
but like
yeah, yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah. That's a bro. That's a
yeah,
big thing, bro. Salat, bro. So
yeah, good,
yeah, because bro, you be in the office, right? You just be in the office, and I was like, oh mate, yeah, mate, got the snip, and you said like,
bro.
man's just saying
What
it
do you
out
do,
loud,
bro? A lot of Baconites are snipped, bro.
and he said it
Like,
out loud, bro. I'm like, bro, that's the
bro,
shit takes to the grave. What you talking about?
bro, this bug out I work with, he's so emotional. He's so like he. It's like he's the kind of guy like let's say he texts me like on our day off and I might ignore. Bro, this dude's kind of guy as in work, he'd be like, it's good when some people reply to your messages. I'm like, the nigga like, who
Mm.
are you, bro? Yeah, yeah, he's just for a while. But the point is,
Oh,
he's
okay.
so yeah, he's so he's so hypersensitive because he got snipped, man. He's a
Mm.
natural fucking incel, man.
Yep.
But then, that's the spirit of E, man.
Do you see that there? It says vasectomy rates in the US show significant racial disparities, with white men having substantially higher utilization, approximately 10 to 14%, compared to bugged out. That's what I should say in prefixes. Compared to bugged out so-called black men, 2.8 to 3%. Right,
You see,
disparity. And I can tell
because
you, these are
yeah, yeah.
you got it?
No, bro, speak.
No, so I can tell you these are the types of Jake. Oh, yeah. What do you call?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll send it to God. Um,
yeah,
yeah, and this is what do you call it? This is these will be Jakes that will have been around Esau, man. Right? Because have you
yeah,
noticed you can tell a Jake that's been around Edomites a long time, right? Because they do
yeah.
certain things like Esau. In fact, if I can grab this precept on the matter as well, right? It says
Yeah.
Jeremiah 2:33, right? It says,
Mm,
why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast
mm.
thou taught the wicked one thy
Wicked
ways,
ones are
right? And
ways.
that's it. Esau be Jake be trimming their ways to be around these Edomites, man.
Yep,
You
yep.
know.
Yeah, yeah. But I can honestly say. I've never met a Jake in my life talk about getting snipped.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do again, like you said, it'll be one that's yeah. Apart from that, that one bug out. I mean, I ain't met him by the way, but I saw it on YouTube. I think there's a nigga like on YouTube. I think he used to rap with Tupac or something. I think his name's called Ears the Christ or something. He bugged out after smoking some PCP and he cut off his rod. You
Yeah, you
know,
see, but
yeah,
it's like is a question. So I misunderstood. Sorry.
yeah.
So, um, yeah. Just wait for the elder to jump on real quick.
Oh, to jump on. I thought you meant the link to the article. My bad.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Ah, yeah, can.
Shalom, Zakai.
So, I can't lie. I fully thought the same thing. I thought you meant the link for the articles. So, yeah, go, bro.
No, Khan. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Shalom,
No,
shalom.
no. Yeah,
Shalom,
I don't want my. I wish you
elder.
meant shout out fire. Yeah, bro. Speak, bro. You want to make a point?
No,
You
I was
know.
just gonna say that shows you that Esau's got a very unnatural and selfish spirit because they
Mm,
even say it themselves, like the more money these Edomites make, the less children they have.
Mm,
So it's
mm,
like it just shows you that their pursuit of wealth isn't even towards prosperity.
mm,
Like dudes would literally be a billionaire and have one youth. You know what I mean? And two youths, like and that's not to say that they don't indulge in sexual practices. It's just
mm,
that they have sex for the sake of sex only, that they just fulfill their lusts. But that
mm,
shows you the mindset. It's a very demonic and selfish mindset. Like,
mm,
they just want to go on holidays and live their life, forget about the
mm,
generations to come, which is
mm,
dumb because you have to reincarnate into
mm.
your generations to come. So they're just all the way just they're wrongins, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
mm-hmm.
it's true. It's true. Like, and,
Yep.
and, 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 and now he's mad that there's just more of us than them. You damn freak. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
That's it. And just on the point that the elder just made, he will then say on top of that that having basically you're of a poor mindset if you have like a whole load of children. But the scripture says this, if I may. This is Psalms 137, I believe it is, right? Because in the kingdom, we're gonna be getting it in, man. It's not 107, it's 127, is it? It says, Lo, children, Psalms 127 and 3, Lo, children are an heritage of Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that haveth quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak, with the enemies in their gate. Right? But
Yeah,
he's basically sorry.
no, exactly. And another thing, it goes back to their own elites and their own nobles. They have no sense that these Edomites act like it's all about patriotism, but really they have no sense of patriotism. So they're happy to have their little mediocre Edomites die out because as far as they're concerned, they can just get robots to do the work or they could import immigrants. And it's true. So it's like it's still you. It's still your fault. It's still your mindset is a very evil and demonic mindset, no matter which way you look at it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if the nobles of Esau could create a situation where they encourage these lower level Baconites to have children, but they don't care because just like with the UK, there's 1 billion Indians. They'll just import them. They don't
Mm,
care who's working in the factories. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't give a damn.
Yep.
Elon Musk don't care. He pretending like he care, but he don't care.
that's it.
Ratcliffe don't care. He just fired a bunch of dinner ladies
Yeah.
from Man
Well,
United. Like,
there was also the case where one of the United players actually was going to pay for they were going to fire someone, and one of the United players, I believe it was Bruno
I think it's
Fernandez, said,
Bruno.
"Nah."
Yeah,
He was like, "Oh, don't worry, man, I'll pay for them." And then he was like, "No, you can't."
yeah, that's
Mm,
wicked. First of all, you're a billionaire, so it's like you're making the cuts here to the people that need the money the most. but then you're gonna stand up there like you're a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? You got a man like Mason Mount on what 250K a week, sitting on a damn medical table, but you're firing the damn dinner lady who's probably on like 30K a year. But you're meant to be a man of the people, and you're talking about immigration. These people are demons. So no matter which way you slice it, this is all Esau's fault. He's a victim of his own wickedness. And then he's trying to blame Jake. It ain't got nothing to do with us, man. We ain't been in power. You've been in power.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can I grab this? This is Sirach 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
Yeah, the whole system of Esau is based around the elites of Esau just taking everything for themselves. To be a billionaire, right? People don't even realize how crazy that is. You don't even we always talk about it. Once you got like maybe 50 million in assets, and you got like a million or let's say you got 10 million floating in cash, yeah, there's nothing you can't do on this planet. You're absolutely comfortable. You could go eating at a Michelin restaurant every day if you want. You can have a chef in your house, maids, mansions. Obviously, you got multiple properties. If you're worth that amount of money, you're gonna have assets, yeah. And that's probably just if you're a person that's probably got 50 million in wealth. 50 million in wealth, for like 100 million in wealth. After that point, your life doesn't actually get any better.
That's it.
There's no better food you can get. There's no better gal. There's nothing better. There's no better cars. There's nothing better you can get once you get past a certain amount of wealth. At that point, the wealth is literally just there. You can't physically use it. It makes no difference to your life. Whether you have an extra 100 million, you could only then make differences to other people's lives. But in terms of your life, it makes no difference. So you're talking about guys that are multi-billionaires. A billion is 1,000 million.
Yeah.
And you got all these Edomites all up in Sweden. There's ridiculous amounts of Edomites. The top 1% has 90% of the wealth. This is insane. This is an insane situation. So the rest of the 10% is basically just struggling. And these are the same man will come and tell you, blame that immigrant that's on universal credit getting £100 a week.
True.
What?
Yeah.
True.
Bro, there are countries where people just eat like mud cakes and shit. Like, come on. You know, like the whole food. I mean, that's a whole nother lesson in itself. You know, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but if I couldn't grab this, verse 22 now. He that taketh away his neighbour's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labourer of his hire is a bloodshedder.
Yeah. So when you really break it down, right, the industrialist.
Bro, you muted?
Oh,
yeah, you're back. You're back.
Oh, I'm back. Salakia. When you break down Esau society, you go back to the plantations. Esau had that spirit. You put these men on the plantation, maximize profits, right? Then they went from the plantations into the industrial era. That's why even in the UK, you had the what they call them, the workhouses, where they even had children in the workhouses, chimney suites. That's what the Charles Dickens books and the series is all about. That's why he wrote Ebenezer Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge was supposed to represent the elite of Esau in the UK and how they operated. They were misers. So they had the people living like peons while they were just enriching themselves. You understand? Then you had kind of like the boomer era. But what did they do after the boomer era? They started bringing in automation. And they didn't care if people were losing their jobs because they could make more money and become more billionaires and more rich. Then you add to that, what did they do after that? They said to hell with this. We're just gonna take the whole factory and move it to China.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do that.
That's true.
They took the whole. Said, you know what? Yeah, I know we're already filthy rich here, but you know how we could be even more rich? We're just gonna move the whole factory to China and pay some Chinese kids flipping 20 cents a day to make these these Air Jordans, and still sell the Air Jordans to these morons, yeah, for flipping $200.
That's it. I came across some information the other day, which basically saying so I asked Robert how many major companies have offshored recently, which offshoring is exactly what the elder's going into, the act of taking jobs from one country to another, right? So it says offshoring has become a core business strategy for a vast majority of large scale enterprises. Recent data indicates that approximately 66% of all American companies now offshore at least one department.
Yeah, so they did that. They did that to the American people. They did that to the British people on purpose, not the immigrants. The immigrants didn't choose to do that. The people in the third world, because you go to the book of Micah says, woe unto him that my brain's going blank. That take you woe unto him that man, my brain's been
Mischief.
yeah. Right? They come up with that, and it's in the power. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. Everything that's happened in the world economy, the global economy, right? Esau is the one that says yes or no. It's him. He controls what's happening in Africa's economy. He does. He controls what's happening in America. If he didn't want all those factories to go to China, they wouldn't have went to China.
That's right.
Yep.
It wasn't the immigrants. It wasn't Pookie. It wasn't Pookie on the block with a do-rag. He didn't decide to deindustrialize. That's Edomites made that decision. And they didn't care about other Edomites. They didn't care. Just like they don't really care now. But then Esau knows that his people are just hateful. So it's like, oh, we'll just point the finger at some blacks and point the finger at some immigrants, and they can blame them. Bro, what are you talking about? You're gonna blame the Chinese for working in sweatshops? That's what Trump was saying. Oh, the Chinese robbed us. Who told Apple to go there and open up a sweatshop? Did the Chinese put a gun to their head and say, yo, come and enslave us in some sweatshops? No, they did it because it was benefiting them and benefiting them more. Esau never does anything that doesn't benefit him more than everyone else. This is a fact. And this is why this man has to go, because he has no ethics. He's not ethical. He's greedy. That's why the scripture says he increaseth that which is not his. He's a thief. He has the mindset of a thief, and a thief is greedy. A covetous man. He's a niggard. And the Bible tells you riches are not comely for a niggard.
Yeah, spirit. We mentioned that.
Yeah, in fact, we could get that scripture. That's what Esau is. When you're rich, when the Lord blesses you to be rich, yeah, He's also blessing you so also you could bless other people. Esau doesn't see it that way. Esau sees the poor as something to be something detestable, something to just be used and eliminated, something disposable, like a robot. Like he doesn't see them as human beings or people. Like Ratcliffe, that little rat. He's in Monaco talking about immigration. This man taking the mic.
Yeah, literally from another country. Like
Even I see that have you seen that? I don't know if he's like a Romanian or Polish, like wanna be a white boy that goes around with his camera exposing a Britain. It would just be like a random person standing in the street, not bothering no one, and you ask him how he's a migrant or whatever, right? But the other day I saw his video, bro. This dude is in the Philippines and he's got a Filipino wife in the Philippines, and he was doing this and like he tried to go around calling the Filipino people with dogs and that, and they just kicked him out of the country. I'm like,
Mm.
hold on, we've been seeing your videos saying we're low IQ and we're dogs. Well, why are you here? You know?
Yeah, man. These devils, man, they got some nerve, and all these devils, all these elite devils are moving to tax havens.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and they're just farming the people. And I guarantee you, when you look into all these devils, even these ones that are so-called self-made, like Ratcliffe, you will find that they got government subsidies.
Hmm.
Yep.
Man's breaking down like he grew up in a council estate. So your mother was getting government money, bro.
Hmm.
You grew up getting universal credit, man. You grew up getting benefits. You went to school for free. You went to university, got your loan.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
and then when you went into business, I guarantee you, you was getting government's welfare too, corporate welfare.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's funny. It's this is I just saw that on the Guardian. It says Ratcliffe says immigrants cost too much, while Ineos, his company, lobbies for state funding.
There you go, state funding, so that here a few people they could pay out. They hire people, but remember these corporates are gonna pay the least amount of wages possible to make the most amount of profit, and then take the profit for themselves. That's why they're billionaires.
Yep. Yep.
They could double and triple the salaries of their employees and still be rich, but they're not
Yeah.
going to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even remember, bro, I was informing you about what I heard from um that company where they there was like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically each one of the staff members made 500,000 pounds a year for the company.
Yeah.
But what people get as a wage is not even it was nowhere near that. You know?
You
Yeah,
you
it's
got you got that riches is not comely. Yeah,
yeah,
there
it's
you go.
referred to as profit per employee, what the
Yeah,
brother just
profit.
mentioned.
Yeah, profit per employee.
Yeah. So I got this one. This is Sirach 14 from 3 says, riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money?
Yeah, and
Mm,
niggard is another word for a miser, someone
Mm.
that's miserly. They hoard money, and that's what the elites of Esau do. They're hoarding all the riches and the wealth to themselves, and it's getting worse. And that's why even they're taking the wealth even from their own people now. That's why these
mm,
mediocre Edomites are hurt. But then instead
uh,
of seeing it as who's actually doing it, they're blaming DEI. Bro, it ain't DEI, bro.
mm,
Jake isn't in the top 1% just because of some DEI.
mm,
Jake, when you look up these companies, they're using AI as an excuse to just fire people
Hmm.
mm.
that they don't even need to fire.
Yeah, that's Esau.
It's just Esau, man. Esau is anti-life, man. He doesn't care about people. He's selfish, man. You know what I'm saying? And he hasn't set up a system for people. The system is for him. That's it.
Mm,
Oh, that it's what was this? There's a case that underscores this. I believe it's Ford versus Dodge or something like that, where basically it came out the U.S. Supreme Court basically ruled that a company works for its shareholders, not its employees, or something. It was
mm.
something. Someone versus Dodge.
Yeah,
Dodge,
See?
Horse Motor
this whole
Company.
corporate world, this economic system Esau's created is simply nothing more than a system of oppression. The only system that exists that's not an oppressive system is the economic system that the Most High set up, where
Mm,
every citizen is a landowner.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
a perfect. Yeah, yeah.
huh?
Well, well, a perfect example of that is this: the 40 years of peace under King Solomon. He was the wisest king around, and all the nations there was under him. But he didn't need to like, even though he obviously had wealth, but he didn't need to have it all. You know what I mean? Like everything because he's already king. He's already in power. It's just about having the people under you and making sure everything is done right and managed right. But when King Solomon was ruling, he didn't need to have make every Israelite broke. You know what I mean? He was just, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, because Esau He's got imposter syndrome. He's got every negative psychological problem a man can have. He has. He's got imposter
Mm,
syndrome because he knows he really don't belong. He knows he's really inferior, and so what happens is then you have to overcompensate. So he
mm,
overcompensates by basically driving everyone into the dirt to make himself feel better.
mm,
That is the nature, and it's just like when you put like these gal in authority and they start power tripping.
mm,
It's because
mm,
they got imposter syndrome. They know, actually, I'm don't really belong in this position. So to
Mm.
prove that I belong in this position, I need to just go hard. And it's like you
mm.
overdo it and get punched up by a prisoner. You saw that?
Yeah, that was lovely, bro.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
got punched up because why? She was doing too much. Because she
way too
knows
much.
deep down inside, yeah, that you don't, this authority you've been given, it doesn't match who you are. It's
Mm.
not the reality. You're telling this guy what to do, and in real life, he would just punch you up. If it was
Mm,
another dude that was as big as him, he probably would have de-escalated anyway because he's got nothing to prove.
mm,
You see what I'm saying? Normally, people who are insecure and have imposter syndrome, these are the things, this is the way they operate in the world. Esau knows he's inferior, especially when it comes to Jake. That's why he has to get on Jake the way he does. Because
Mm.
if
mm.
when he looks in the mirror, he realizes that he's weak, he's not cool, he doesn't really have talent, he lied on his CV,
Lied.
right? He can't run, he can't jump,
He can't
right?
jump.
Gal don't really like him,
Mm.
he's not funny, he's
He's
probably
strange.
short. You know what I'm saying?
And
He's
like he's
probably undersized because you know that always thinking about that. Why are they always
always.
thinking about it? Because they know it hurts them. It's probably they're undersized. Yeah, they're low
Yeah.
key gay, and they don't want to admit that either.
Yep.
So I need to just they hate us. I need to take it out on you. I
Can you
need to
imagine?
show you how superior I am. You know, I need to put you down because you know really deep down inside that you're not.
You know what's funny is like them man not screaming at protests. Fucking migrants, yeah. But it's because his wife at home's not happy.
Yeah,
He cursing the hell out of the migrant, and bro, like he's just like, bro, I don't know why you're that angry, bro. I just came to this country. Fuck you, go back, and all of this stuff. It's because your bird's not happy, bro.
yeah, you're angry. You're mediocre. You're mediocre, man. You've
Mm.
been mediocre every single day you've been alive. The most you can have is money, and that's it. That's the only thing that can really separate an Edomite from anyone else is you've got
Mm,
money.
That's
mm.
it.
But you take the money away from them. Just take the money away. What do you have left?
Mm.
You're mediocre, bro.
That's it. Can I grab this
Now,
real quick?
I've
This is
got
that.
nothing left. You know what I
You got
mean?
Jake here. That's on the streets here with 8 packs
Mhm. Yep,
and and dropping hot 16s and shit,
yep,
going viral.
yeah. Going viral, bro. Yep, niggas,
Oh
bro.
man.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it says Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and sitteth up over it the basest of men.
Basis of
There,
man.
there you go. So what the Lord can do is that you could like I know Shakar always mentions it. Time and chance happeneth to all men.
Mhm.
It's not every day that the person who's the best, yeah, is the winner.
Yep, yep.
Sometimes some a guy just wins.
He just
Mm.
wins. He just wins.
Like we've seen it in history. Even if
Yep,
you brothers that's into boxing,
yep,
they say Ali's the greatest, right?
yep.
But he lost a certain man that ain't even in the conversation for being the greatest.
Mm.
Yeah. He actually lost a man with 5 fights.
This is what I'm
You
trying to
know?
say. So time and chance happeneth to all men. That's why when a man sometimes you watch boxing, you feel sorry for a man because sometimes they rob a man and you know he ain't gonna be able to come back and do that again.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
That was his night. Like it just
Like,
everything went
yeah,
right for him. Like
yeah. Like even when who did you have? Remember when you had Mike Tyson and what's that dude, man?
Buster
You
Douglas.
know, Buster Douglas. he never like got to redo that. Like you know what I mean?
Bro, he'd
You
never
know,
do it again. Look
he
at
never
when
did.
was it Greece that won the Euros?
Yeah, Greece,
Bro,
Greece.
bro, they'll never do. Bro, that will never happen again.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
and they're now
They just scammed
European
their way.
champions, yeah. But no one ever spoke about them being the best team in Europe.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
just scammed their way. Like
They scammed it, and so the spirit of the Lord can have it where like
you just win.
you can achieve something and not necessarily be the right one. It's just the Lord was with you that day.
Mm, mm,
You know what I mean? And that's basically what the scripture's talking about there. Like Esau's not the smartest, he's not the strongest,
yep.
he's not the bravest. We know he's not the bravest.
Mhm.
Mm,
Oh, we know that. He's not brave at all. We know Esau's nature. Esau's got to be outnumbering you and have everything in his advantage before he really get busy. Let's be
yep.
honest.
Yep.
We know what Esau's like. Come on, if you go into a racist area, it don't take a lot of Jake to move into the area and all of a sudden you can't find the racist. They're all
Yeah.
online.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All of a sudden they're all on Twitter. Like all you need is a couple 6'2" Jakes, yeah, and then that's it. Them man all
Yep.
of a sudden bulls shrink. These are not braves. The Native American Indians were brave. They would run
Mhm.
down gunfire. Esau had to get the Gatling gun.
Mm. Yeah.
Want to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about Vikings? You ain't no Viking. You
For
shook.
Yep.
real.
You shook, man.
You know,
You
you
just
you
shook.
was doing tactics like he'd go and attack the village while all the braves were gone to demoralize them.
Yep. That's a
That's
real
real. You
tactic.
could go read that in Bury My Heart
Wo-
Wounded Knee. That would
Wounded
happen.
knee. Wounded knee. Yep.
They'll go and mutilate them too. The women, the old. So when the Braves come back, like their whole life, everything they lived for is dead and mutilated.
Mm.
So they were like,
Mm.
yo, this is crazy. Esau did that because he knew he didn't really want to face them Braves in the open field like that.
Mm.
So why is Esau on top? Is it because he's got the highest IQ, or no? It's because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and it
The
was
wicked.
prophecy. It was time for him to come up, and for him to come up, the Lord actually had to nerf us, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how the one of the main ways that he actually nerfed us was getting us to fight against each other. So if you go to
Mm.
West Africa, for instance, a lot of Jake prior to Esau turning up in West Africa had a lot of what's it called? Internal beefs.
Yep.
There was a lot of infighting,
Yep.
which weakened Jake.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep. Yeah. It's true. It's like a lot of infighting. Even though it was always going to meant to happen, but even if we look at the with the 70 AD with the Sakari, like and the zealots and stuff that was fighting against Rome. They started burning each other's food supply. They were burning each
Mm.
other's food supply and fighting against each other, and eventually crippled them faster than it needed to have been done. You know, that's something that our people have always been doing. You know, remember when the siege was taking place and there was a basically started to go into a famine. What made it worse when they started eating their belts and shit is because they was burning each other's food supply for power
Mhm.
and control. So it was even easier at that point to take them down. You know,
That's it.
same thing happened
That's it.
in West Africa. Have
That's
you got
it.
more on that? You got more on Psalms 10?
Yeah, let me go back to Psalms 10. So Psalms 10 and 11 now in the NLT once again.
Yeah,
It says, the wicked think the Most High isn't watching us. He has closed his eyes and won't even see what we do. Arise, O Yahweh, punish the wicked, O Most High. Right, so do not ignore the helpless. Why do the wicked
mm,
get away with despising the Most High? They think the Most High will never call us to account, right? Which scripture says in Galatians 6 and 7, the Most High is not mocked. Right, whatsoever a
mm,
man soweth, that shall he also reap. Verse 14 says, but you see the trouble and grief they cause. You take note of it and punish them. The helpless put their trust in you. You defend the orphans. Break the arms of these wicked, evil people. Go after them until the last one is destroyed. The Lord is king forever and ever. The godless nations will vanish from the land. Lord, You know the hopes of the helpless. Surely you will hear their cries of comfort. And that's it. The Most High hears, man. The Most High hears the calls of calling of the elect, the prayers of the elect, man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It says
Yep.
you will bring justice to the orphans and the oppressed, so merely people can no longer terrify them, right? Because when we get in the
Mm-hmm.
kingdoms, what the scripture says, none shall make him afraid, right? So no one's going to trouble us in the kingdom, man, right? But
That's
right
it.
now, the Lord has given Esau the power,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And it's like the more and more you see this wicked rulership reign, the more and more you understand why he's going to be taken down.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And in fact, I texted the elder to see if he's gonna come back on, but his phone's not going through. He's probably, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, probably battery dead, isn't it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Remember, it was
So
like, oh no, yeah,
yeah. But let's get what's that one? In due time we'll set over one that is profitable.
yeah. So back in Sirach 10 and 4, right? It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he'll set over it one that is profitable.
Yep. And and that's exactly what's gonna happen. In due time we're gonna set over one that is profitable because the earth is under a curse because the people of the Most High's curse is ruling.
Mm.
When the people of the Most High's blessing is ruling, that's when we're going to see the full fruit and benefit of the earth. You know?
That's it. That's it. As we read earlier on, Romans 8, man. The earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High, man.
That's
Right?
it.
Everyone is waiting. Creation is waiting for the children of Israel in their right mind to
Yep.
be. Oh, so here we go. Creation is waiting for the children of Israel in their right mind to, come back to their right mind to rule this place. Because right now
Hmm.
everything's in pain, man. Everything's suffering. Everyone's suffering, man.
Everyone's through. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
Everyone's absolutely
everything.
through. Yep.
You
Yep.
know,
Go go on, Elder. You back?
yeah, a lot. What you call it? Cut out again.
We just
Leave it a second
uh,
or so. But yeah, that's it. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
ultimately it.
yeah,
You know, E's time is up, man. Right,
yeah.
E's time is up. The Lord is going to make it so that, righteousness, because that's the whole point. Righteous order will be established. Which, in fact, we can grab that. No, we didn't get this. Is what was that? Peter's, right? Second Peter
Yeah. Damn.
and 13. No, yeah,
Shit.
I cut out as well.
I just bugged out for a second. Shit. Yeah, well.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is Second Peter 13, right? It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Well done for righteousness. You know what I mean? Well and done for righteousness. Remember,
Yeah.
like,
You there, Tukwon?
Yeah, I'm here. Slacky, man.
yeah,
My
yeah.
flipping battery died on me, man.
Okay,
Okay.
come pause, man.
Can't.
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, well and done for righteousness, because this earth, bro, it's on fumes. This
But
earth
it
is
but
running
it's
on
gonna
fumes
come
because
back
of
to,
Esau.
to righteousness. It's gonna come back to the rightful rulers because ultimately we
Rightful
are the
rulers.
people that are gonna possess the correct ingredients. We're gonna be
Mm,
the real white people because the word white means perfection.
Mm.
mm,
We're going to be the perfect people. We're the only ones that can represent that perfection that comes with the Lord.
that's
Esau's
it.
is the opposite of that, man, and he's running around masquerading like he ain't the guy, man. Like I was gonna say before I got cut off, it's the curses that allowed
Mm.
Esau to get one over on us because it don't make sense. If you were to do like if they had betting shops back in the day, yeah, whether Esau could take down Jake, man, bro, them odds would be crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like Stoke City beating Prime Barcelona, bro. It's ridiculous.
Mm.
You wouldn't say that because we are so superior to this guy, like in every way. You go, and it's the same thing with the other nations too. When you go into Jake during the time of Jeremiah, that's why Jake was so proud because Jeremiah is telling them, "Oh yeah, them Babylonians are gonna come and they're gonna take you down." But them man were laughing like, what?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Mm.
Are you mad, bro? Because that was what the kingdom of Judah, bro. Do you know how crazy, how many beastly Benjamites and Judites there are? You could go into any ghetto, like throw a can of beans, and you're just gonna hit an animal with an 8-pack here. Sprint game, crazy, can jump, just athleticism, just oozing athleticism. Any one of them could be in the league. It's not even like to be the top 1% of Jake. You're almost superhuman. The regular Jake is superhuman to the rest of these nations, man. And you see it in the sports world, because what's war? War is a lot to do with athleticism, right? And most athletics, especially sports is simulated warfare. And you see what Jake do. You see the strength, you see the speed, you see the skill, you see the poise. Now imagine that they weren't playing basketball. Now imagine they weren't playing football and they were training their whole life with swords and spears. And then you kind of go into the scripture. Can you get that scripture for me? You know where he says, let him that glory in that they know of me. That's why the scripture was like that, because the kingdom of Judah, they were getting proud based upon who they were. Because like, yo, what are you talking about, bro? We got the #1 orators, we got mad inventors, we got super Jakes galore, bro, galore. Like the normal Jakes that nobody rates. This is what people don't understand here, is that you could take a normal Jake here that don't get ratings among Jake here, put him among the heathen, and he's getting ratings.
Yes,
bro, you know what? Yeah, man, I'll tell you a funny story, man. I used to do cadets in it, like as a kid. Like I used to do cadets to be like in the Marine or whatever, and we actually went for a football tournament. So we're playing against all the cadet camps. Now look, I'm not gonna act I was like in school I was messy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was on the cusp of the first team. Sometimes I played for the first team, but not all the time. So sometimes I got to be the second team, yeah? At this football tournament, I was playing the tournament, bro. I was just skinning up all these man. People said, "Oh man, you're really good," and I was like, "You think I'm good? Boy, you gotta come to the hood, bro.
Bro,
I'll see you
just
other
look
boys."
at Lukaku, bro.
Yeah,
Lukaku is not no tech man. It's just that
yeah,
man was over there, and at 15, he was an animal, bro. This like,
bro.
this is,
Like I think he's the all-time top scorer of Belgium.
bro.
Lukaku,
He's just an athletic beast
just very dominant, like.
from since he was like 14. You look at you look at. So this is what I'm trying to say. It's like now you can kind of understand why the Jake was so proud when you're telling me that these dudes are gonna come and take us over. How? Have you seen the Warriors we got?
Yeah.
Just
True.
but we still lost, and that's because the Lord nerfed us. The Lord nerfed us, man. Because you look at Jake, you're like, how is this Edomite? Edomite's always breaking legs. They hit the ball, hits them in the face, their nose is bleeding.
And one people shall be stronger than the other.
Bro, these men are soft. How are these men ruling? Yeah, it's because the Most High put a trick out there, man. We're nerfed. You in work and you got this I've seen it. I've worked with some super 6'2" animalistic Jakes, and they got some waste man Edomite at work oppressing them. And I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, you wouldn't even be talking to man like this. Like, this is ridiculous. Like the way you're chatting to Brer, like my man could just grab your head and squash it. Like it's peak. You couldn't even run away from him.
That's it. It's I always think of this scene from The Incredibles, man. Damn, where'd it go? This scene here, where you got Mr. Incredible just there, just like wham as hell. You just got this little Edomite, just like barking orders at him. But that's Jake, because Jake, we're incredible. We're the true Incredibles, man.
100%.
You know, it's the nose as well. We just you know exactly who they portrayed here.
100%. Can you read that in Jeremiah?
Yes, Jeremiah 9:23 says, "Thus saith Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom."
Right. So we had wise men. In fact, our wise men were so treasured that they sent for them to go Babylon. Daniel was one of them.
Yep.
But the Lord took away the wisdom when it comes to warfare, and we lost, man. And that happened to Gad. If you go back to, you read about what happened with Gad. If Gad had just come together all as one, they would have just killed Esau. But there was a lot of chiefs that were pacified to Esau, and they were trying to
Yep.
make peace and all this foolishness because the Lord put a docile spirit on them.
It's the same thing in the West Coast.
Yeah.
Same thing in the West Coast.
And then you only had a couple, Jake, like Sitting Bull and Geronimo, who was like, nah, let's just come together and just head removal specialists, these men. But then you had other man like, nah, let's get the peace pipe. And then they ended up being executed or exiled anyway, because the Lord put that spirit, because the Lord set them up that they were a troop was gonna overcome them. And and the Most High blessed Esau with the Gatling gun.
Yep.
You know, which changed the game. And then all them little, you know, weirdo tactics Esau would do, like killing off the buffalo and that.
Yeah.
You know?
Buffalo hunting.
But they're Vikings though. Man are killing buffaloes. Anyway.
Yeah. That's Esau.
They're Spartans. Get out of here, bro.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, go on out.
It says, "Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise love and kindness, judgment and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh."
Right. So even the Lord, we had to learn a lesson that even though the Lord created us as a superior, because we actually are superior genetically, like this is not a lie. It's just true. This is why they didn't want Jack Johnson to become world heavyweight champion, because they were trying to hold on to that superiority for so long. They were trying to hold it. It's like, nah, we can't let these men become world champion because they start thinking that they're better than man. But we are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then once they opened the floodgates to Jack Johnson, just look at you talk to any Edomite that into boxing, all their favorite boxers are Jakes.
Yep.
The legends. They will say, oh, I loved Ali. Oh, I love Liston.
Yep.
Oh, really? Trust me, go to any Baker night. Like their favorite boxer is gonna be a Jake.
Oh, Joshua.
Yeah, they had a hate-love relationship with AJ, bro.
Yeah. For real.
They hated him, but they loved him at the same time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, because they know what time it is, but the superior genetics, but it's crazy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But they know that that's the case. Like they're trying to run from it. Go on up.
Yep. That was it on Jeremiah.
Yeah. So what I was saying was that shows you that it doesn't matter about your physical, what's on paper. You know, like in football, they'll say, "Oh, you should beat them on paper."
Yeah. Stats.
Okay. Yes. The stats.
XG.
The XG. Yeah. But
the XG.
hey, you could go anywhere. You could go Stoke City on a cold night and get slapped. You know what I'm saying? It happens because the spirit just went with you, and that happened to us. Even though we're genetically superior, and it's going to happen to Esau again, even though he's militarily superior. Because Esau's superior today doesn't come from his genetics, even though my genetic, bro. You know, you're superior because of machines, bro. Because of button. Your superiority is not because no one's scared of you if you come rolling down the road. They're scared of your military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
The machines you possess is what really makes you the big boy. It's not, you're not rolling around with swords in your hands, because you would have got took out a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Man would have been like, look, loudest. Just slapped your head off. Yeah.
Straight.
Like, there's no way. Man is scared of your missiles. But the Lord is setting it up to show that, okay, on paper, you're a bad boy, but check my stats.
That's right.
Let's see the XG when the chariots come up. And then you're going to find out that really, thus saith the Lord is what matters at the end of the day. That's why you have to stay humble. Like Haaland said,
Stay humble, eh?
you got to stay humble because you can have all the stats in your favor, but if the Lord says, nah, then it's no. You're
Hey,
cooked.
you know, it makes you think about Adrian Broner and Maidana. Hey, he was chatting about shit. He was actually, you remember when he was coming into the ring, he was all with Rick Ross, all that.
Yeah,
And then Maidana beat the shit out of him.
it's my night.
It's
You know
my
what I mean?
night. You know, he beat the shit out of him. And he was
Yeah,
humble. And he's never really been the same from that fight. That fight was his really the downfall. Maidana,
yeah.
man,
That's
never been
why
the
you
same.
gotta stay humble because like you can have everything on stats, yeah, but if the Lord just says that today is not your day,
It's
then
done.
guess what? It's not gonna be your day. And we've learned that because look what happened. The Lord took some cave dweller and he's over us. But Esau hasn't learned that lesson yet. So he's
Mm,
gonna learn that in a different type of way, that you gotta stay humble because the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. Every nation that's had the supremacy in the earth, ultimately it's because the Lord said so, and not because of your own wisdom, like you're your own God and you can decide. No,
mm, exactly.
especially you, Esau, because you, man, I'm looking at you, bro.
No, no one
You
likes you, man.
age, bro. I hate to go back to the age thing, yeah, but I run into people that I went to school with now. Some of these dudes, man, they make me feel old.
Mm,
I'm like, rah, how old am I?
mm,
Because that's it. When I run into people, a lot of people still think I'm like 23.
mm.
You know, when you go to work and man is calling you son and
Yeah, I'm
boy,
like, you're a big man, you know.
and then I'm like, yeah, I gotta do school run in the morning. Man's like, what? You got kids? I'm like, bro, how old do you think I am? I'm a big man, you know. Yeah, because I look young. But these
Mm.
Edomites that are like my age, they look 70.
Well, have you seen that young Edomite that plays darts? Young Luke Litter or whatever his name. That nigga
Luke
looks like
Littler.
bro. That nigga is like 16. It looks like a 49-year-old father of three.
Bro, they're
Like
cooked.
just t- t- type it in, bro. Get out. No, yeah, that's him.
That's crazy.
Go on one of his pictures and zoom in, yeah, and then like
Yeah,
this guy.
19.
That yeah, now he's 19, but he
Bro,
burst
he
on the
looks
scene at
older than
16.
Method Man.
The guy, bro,
He
like,
looks
and if you
older
look,
than Samuel L. Jackson, bro. It's crazy.
bro, and the thing is, if you just type of Luke Litter at 16 because he burst on the scene, as Michael Richards says, and he was just like all this like young prospect, and he shook up the whole game or whatever, and this nigga look how old he looks, bro. This guy looks like a well seasoned Baconite,
He looks like Ronnie O'Sullivan, bro. It's crazy.
Oh man.
bro.
Yeah,
Dude, this guy looks like an ex pro footballer that became a manager, like you know, like ex pro, like. Like it is like a caretaker a manager. Like
it's like, when you get that D grade fruit from the market, them cheap market stores, you take it
yeah,
home and it goes off in like a day.
yeah, that's it,
That's Esau.
bro. Like this dude ain't even had the chance to even had a hard life yet. Like this guy is just old already. Like
Man's looking like Gandalf. Anyway,
Oh.
yeah. It's just like that's it.
Oh
He's so
man.
man. He's so
Let me grab this real quick. This is Genesis 25:23. It says, and Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Right? So, and that's what we're coming to see. We're two manner of people, man. Right?
mm,
Whereas Jake, we like to procreate. Esau's a complete opposite, right? To the end that he's saying that it's just overpopulated, but that's completely contrary to what the Mosai said. Mosai said, "Yo, man, be fruitful and multiply." We even have a nation called fruitful, man, Ephraim. Okay, and we stronger than Esau. mentally
Every
stronger,
way,
physically
each
stronger.
and every way, in each and every way, bro. And he hates it.
Yeah, Esau will end his whole family and himself, man. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah. Have you seen that E the other day? He with his the missus and he's talking about I'm gonna miss GTA.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How funny, bro. That's Esau for you, bro. Esau can't handle his emotion. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And really, that's the spirit of Cain. Remember, Cain got mad, he got rejected, and he just killed his brother. That's Esau. That shows you that's Cain.
Mhm.
You know, get bullied in school, fuck it, just shoot up the whole school.
That's it.
That, that's that's
No,
you,
it's
man.
true. It's true. And there's a lot the whole killing your grandparents thing and all that stuff. That's
That's
Esau,
E,
man.
bro. E, bro.
You know,
That's E.
brutally too, with hammers and all sorts.
Yeah, like, well, do you remember that E bird the other day? Her parents was in the loft. She's been there for like 2, 3 years. You know, Jake do that kind of stuff and get a tear tattoo on his face. Just on weed, bang tattoos and mutilates himself. But he just slew their parents, and the parents are upstairs in the loft. You know, the first left. You know what I mean? They're just there. Like
Yeah.
that's easy for you, man.
In a
Oh
zip
man,
bag.
and
Yeah,
it's,
it's true,
yeah,
man. It's true. It's true, man. Esau's different, man. He's weirdo.
he's a
Mhm.
weirdo, man. Weirdo ass nigga, man. Fine. All right, but have you got any more that you
Nah,
wanna
I'm good.
get into? Fine.
Okay.
But yeah, bro. Have you got anything else, bro? You wanna say, Luke?
Nah, that's
So
all on my side.
yeah, can. All right, man. So hey, so with that, hopefully we hope and pray you've been edified, man. All right. With that, we're gonna say all praises be to Yahweh,
How
Bashem,
Hashem,
Shai,
Yahweh
Bashem,
Shai,
Kodash.
Kodash.
All right. Double on this positive. That was a great move, Tom. So next time we're gonna say Shalom.
So,
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.